Good day, everyone. Assuming na we are conducting a DNR compliance inspection to verify the facility's adherence to environmental laws, permits, and commitments, especially those project issued with environmental compliance certificate or kahit certificate of non-coverage lang, pare-parehas naman merong compliance requirements. So yung ating gagawin at nakikita natin on the screen are some of the important inspection checklist items. Tingnan natin how far we can go as far as compliance is concerned. At kung ito ay ginagawa ngayon, yung compliance inspection ng DNR-EMB, papasa kaya tayo? So ano-ano yung mga pwede nating tingnan during the inspection? Of course, meron kasing um, legal implication ito sa atin kung hindi natin maipasa yung inspection, yung kanilang monitoring ng compliance. Ilalagay lang kasi yan sa report of inspection at pag may adverse findings, pwedeng ma-issuean tayo ng notice of violation. So general compliance, ang unang usapan, we can check the facilities overall compliance status. Diyan ay we verify if the pollution control officer has a valid accreditation certificate. Isang bagay yan na tinitingnan. The person in charge sa compliance ng company. And if this is posted or readily available, sometimes hindi nakapost yung accreditation certificate. Pero pwede ba nilang ma-access? Pwede nila bang ma-request yung kopya? Pwede bang makita? So dapat yan ay readily available. So we confirm that the environmental compliance certificate also is updated. Ang ibig sabihin kung ano talaga yung components, ano yung process na previously approved or previously described during ECC application, yun pa din. Hindi siya nagkaroon ng changes, hindi nagkaroon ng modification or expansion. Kaya yung certificate, the environmental compliance certificate, even yung certificate of non-coverage, eh, updated and properly filed. Kumbaga pag sinabi nung inspector, can we have a copy of your environmental compliance certificate or certificate of non-coverage? So meron ba? Naka-file ba yan? Madali bang hugutin yan sa filing box? Kita na ba agad yan? Meron kasi during the inspection, hindi mo na alam kung saan makikita. Although they are posted in a conspicuous place, sometimes humihingi ng kopya yan. So sa general compliance, pagdating sa inspection, we review the ECC conditions at meron kang pruweba nito na nagko-comply ka doon sa mga ECC conditions. So ang suggestion ko, magkaroon ng matrix ng ECC condition. ECC condition number 1, ECC condition number 2, number 3, number 4. Tapos ito naman yung proof of compliance. We review whether ECC conditions are actively monitored using an ECC matrix and if environmental programs are actually implemented, not just written on paper. Madali naman tingnan like sa environmental management program, sinabi mo, magko-construct ka ng wastewater treatment plant, na-implement ba yon? Nakatayo na ba yon? Ongoing na ba yung design? Madali namang i-monitor if na-implement yung program. So sa general compliance, kung may ECC ka, lalong-lalo, may mga environmental management plan, environmental monitoring plan, madaming plans dyan. na-implement pa yan. So, madaling tingnan yan on the ground. Kaya be ready dyan bilang PCO. And of course, we check if there are any unresolved notices of violation. Very common naman sa isang industry na sometimes nagkakaroon ng notice of violation. And dapat during inspection ng EMB, walang unresolved notice of violation. Minsan magtatanong, may notice of violation ba kayo natanggap dati? Na-resolve na ba? So ito yung proof ng resolution. Ito yung disposition paper or some sort of resolution signed by the legal officer or the regional director. At ito din yung proof of payment. Maganda yon na pinapakita. Kasi minsan kaya din nandyan sa lugar natin ang mga inspector kasi maaring sa listahan, nasa random list kayo ng pupuntahan or meron talagang complaint or merong violation before kaya kailangan chinecheck ulit. So we check if there are any unresolved notices of violation. A compliant facility should have no pending or ignored enforcement issues. Kaya yan ang general compliance natin. Bilang pollution control officer, lalo naka-attend ka na ng training, accredited ka na ng EMB bilang PCO, very simple lang na checklist yan na kailangan gawin with respect to general compliance. Now, pagka pumupunta na ang DNR-EMB, actually hindi lang naman DNR-EMB ang nag-i-inspection, pwede rin ang local city enro or local municipal enro, pwedeng tingnan ng regulatory agency yan. Laging mabubuksan yung may permits and clearance or certifications ka ba. So sa pag-inspection ng EMB at this stage na tinitingnan natin permits and legal documents, they review the legal permits. Ngayon kung hindi taga DNR ang nag-i-inspect, tayo bilang mga PCO na lamang, self-inspection, we need to confirm na valid pa yung ating mga discharge permit for wastewater discharge and the permit to operate for air emission sources. We also verified the facilities hazardous waste generator ID and examine contracts with DNR accredited transporters and TST facilities. We need also to ensure that business permits and environmental permits are properly filed, organized, and readily available sa regulatory personnel. So mahalaga yan sa DNR EMB. May ECC kang hawak. After nung ECC, which is not a permit, kumukuha ka ng mga relevant permits. O meron ka ba nung mga relevant permits na yon? So mahalaga, check lang, meron ka bang discharge permit na valid? Baka meron discharge permit pero expired. May valid permit to operate ka ba for generator set, boiler, fuel tank, etc. Merong permit to operate pero expired. O pagka check mo yan, makikita mo yung status of compliance natin sa DNR EMB. So those are sample checklist items na pwede nyong i-inspect as a PCO. Maganda nga kung self-inspection lang eh. Kasi ikaw yung makakagawa ng corrective action agad. Pagka DNR EMB na ang nag-inspect tapos nakita nilang wala kang valid discharge permit, wala kang valid permit to operate, adverse finding yan. So ilalagay yan sa report of inspection. At pag na-endorse yung report of inspection sa legal unit dahil may adverse finding, di ba may notice of violation dyan? So as a PCO, Pollution Control Officer, i-control na rin natin not only the pollution but also the penalty. Minsan nakakatawa nga sasabihin, penalty control officer. Yung ibig sabihin ng PCO. So we control also the impact to the financial resources. base dito sa mga non-compliances. So, check bilang PCO ng company, check kung may valid permits at available yung mga legal documents. Siyempre, monitoring and reporting are strong indicators of compliance. Remember that. I will repeat, monitoring and reporting are strong indicators of compliance. We check if self-monitoring reports are submitted on time and supported by laboratory results from DNR EMB accredited laboratories. Yung iba, hindi naman nagpapa-test dahil wala namang discharge. Yung iba, di naman nagpapa-test ng hangin dahil wala naman ngang condition sa ECC or permit to operate. But still, they are submitting report on time. Among many, yung self-monitoring report. We validate whether sampling is conducted based on the required schedule. Sa ating mga discharge permit, naka-indicate yan na every 3 months or quarterly. At yung result nung laboratory analysis, isasama mo sa self-monitoring report. So we need to validate whether sampling is conducted based on the required schedule. Baka pa late-late na, kulang-kulang na yung testing natin. Parang lalabas kung sa isang taon, 4 kung every quarter ka magpapatest. And then, the monitoring data are properly recorded, internal, saka doon sa external report. And of course, properly maintained. Dahil kung meron biglang hihingin ng data mo, especially regulatory personnel during inspection, o asan yung latest result of laboratory analysis. Now, if applicable, we also verify if the company has its environmental monitoring fund. Dahil sa pag-monitor ng ambient water, pag-monitor ng ambient air, pati yung mga emission, pera din talaga yan. Kailangan talaga ng fund dyan. O may fund ba? Kasi kung walang fund, paano mo ma-execute yung environmental monitoring plan? So sa checklist of requirements natin, check mo kung may budget ba, magkano ba yan. In fact, if you are an ECC holder, when you submit compliance monitoring report, you will indicate the budget direct from the company and the expenses. Biruin mo, wala naman palang budget pero may expenses. Ano yun? Hindi siya consistent. Kaya, check nyo din yan bilang PCO. May allotted budget ba? In fact, sa report din, we say sufficient budget is allocated. May mga ganyan tayo sa report na statement eh. Pag tinignan mo nga naman, magkano ba yung budget? So, check these items pagdating sa environmental monitoring and reports. Ano pa? Itong sa ating inspection, we look closely at our waste management practices. Lalong-lalo pag first time kang PCO, paano yung waste management practices? May changes ba akong gagawin o wala na? Maintain na lang. We check if waste is properly segregated. O kung nag-inspection na ngayon ang isang PCO tapos nakita niyang mix na yung waste, di makakagawa ka ng corrective action. Pero kung taga DNR EMB na yung nag-inspect tapos nakita nila walang proper segregation, di findings na naman yan. Kawawa yung financial resources ng company. So we check if waste is properly segregated and if hazardous waste containers are clearly labeled. O maraming nape-penalize ng 50,000 pesos dyan dahil walang proper label doon sa kanilang container. Kaya check natin 'yan, yung mga hazardous waste containers natin sa ating storage area kung may label ba o di lagyan ng label. We inspect the waste storage area to ensure it is clean, secure, and with secondary containment for hazardous materials, especially yung liquid waste. We review the hazardous waste manifest to confirm that they are complete and properly signed, and we ensure that no illegal dumping or improper disposal is observed within the facility. So, check natin lang yung mga items na to. Lahat ng waste na na-generate, halimbawa infectious waste, ilang volume ang na-generate. Tapos sa manifest, ilang volume din ang na-collect at yung ating certificate of treatment. So makikita mo, those hazardous waste generated in the facility are properly transported to approved TSD facility at may certificate of treatment. E di walang illegal disposal or open dumping observed ang ating inspector. So bilang PCO, kung bagong-bago kang lipat, yan ang mga titingnan mo pagdating dyan sa waste management practices. Ganon din sa air quality compliance based on the requirements of RA 8749. We identify all emission sources within the facility. O, bilang-bilang ka dyan. Ilang genset ba meron? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Ilang boiler ba meron? Dalawa. Number 1, number 2. O, ilang fuel storage tank meron? Number 1, number 2, number 3. We have to identify all sources of emissions. And we verify that pollution control devices are operational and properly maintained. Except for those small sizes, wala namang need for pollution control devices. Assuming na nasa malaking manufacturing industry tayo, isang project na matataas ang emissions, o talagang mag-verify ka if pollution control systems are operational and properly maintained. We review stock sampling results to confirm compliance with emission standards, especially the national emission standards for source-specific air pollutants, and observe if there are visible signs of excessive smoke, odor, fugitive emissions. Preventive maintenance records are also reviewed to ensure proactive environmental management. O, meron bang records lagi yan? Pagdating naman sa water quality compliance, we assess water pollution control. Yun ang pinakamahalaga eh. Kasi yung tubig will occupy the space ng mga container. Laging mag-overflow pag puno na. Pag nag-overflow, papunta ba ito sa treatment facility or diretso na sa water bodies? We assess the water pollution control. We inspect the wastewater treatment system to confirm if it is functional and not bypassed. Totoo ba na may intervention, may pollution control tayo sa ating mga wastewater discharge o baka may bypass? We check whether effluent discharge meet the DNR standard as exemplified in DAO 2016-08 or DAO 2021-19. Yung ating BOD, TSS, yung ating pH, oil and grease, color, ammonia, nitrate, phosphate, surfactants, pumapasa ba sa DNR standard? We also review how sludge is handled, lalong-lalo sa mga gumagamit ng septic tank. Yung mga wastewater treatment plant na may sludge generation, lalong-lalo yung mga conventional biological treatment, laging may mga sludge, kaya may mga digester dyan. We need to review how sludge is handled, stored, and documented to ensure proper disposal. And then we need to also check housekeeping and site conditions. A compliant facility, for me, demonstrate good housekeeping. Totoo naman na pagka malinis ang isang lugar, ang isang pasilidad, ibig sabihin compliant. We observe if the site is clean and orderly, free of leaks, spills, or unattended containers. We check the presence of spill kits, proper safety signages, and ensure that emergency exits and access routes are not obstructed. May pagka-safety orientation ito pero trabaho pa rin to ng pollution control officer. And when there are environmental incidents as exemplified in Section 10, item number 14 and 15 ng DAO 2014-02, kailangan nire-report ang mga ito. Kaya dapat kung ayaw natin makarating sa mga environmental incident reporting sa DNR-EMB, we need to practice good housekeeping. Alam ng lahat yung 5S of good housekeeping. Now, all things to be recorded. Good documentation reflects good compliance. Meron ba namang masasabing mataas ang level ng compliance pero di makita yung mga records? How do you validate that? So good documentation reflects good compliance. We review environmental files to see if they are organized and accessible. So as a PCO, hindi na naman nire-regulate ito ng DNR-EMB na dapat may proper filing. Dapat may proper labeling pa. Pero yan yung ginagawa ng isang PCO. A good documentation, not only a good housekeeping, given kasi yung dapat malinis yung sahig, yung wall, yung ceiling, given yan eh. Pero yung good documentation, mas kadalasan, hindi na napapansin to, kailangan nga. The file shall be organized and accessible, readily available, readily accessible. Lalo kung absent yung PCO tapos biglang nag-inspect ang DNR-EMB, paano ngayon yan makikita, sasabihin mo, nandoon sa ibabaw ng steel cabinet. Saan dito? Alin dito? Marami to. Kaya maganda kung merong proper documentation which reflects good compliance. We check training records to ensure employees receive environmental awareness training. Kumbaga, we need to communicate information not only to the officers but also to the employees. So if we check records, mayroon ba mga training or seminar or orientation conducted within the facility, like orientation for newly hired employees. We look for incident and make sure na hindi na mangyari ulit. We look for complaint kasi kung laging may complaint dyan sa part na yan, edi magagawan mo na lagi ng correction at wag na mangyari ulit yung mga incident and or complaint. So maganda, meron tayong incident and complaint logbooks, although sana hindi maraming entries yan. Pero at least naka-ready lang yung logbook na yan. It's an indicator also na may good documentation ka. Sabi na iba, wala namang magko-complain, wala namang insidente nangyari. O di maganda, walang laman yung incident and complaint logbook. Pagka pumunta ang taga DNR, pwede mong i-showcase yan. Meron po kami ditong incident logbook pero walang laman, which reflects good compliance. Mga internal audit records, minsan uso-uso yung mga international certification at minsan may makikita silang mga audit records, mga findings o bakit hindi tugma yung production logbook sa production capacity nyo sa ECC. Kailangan na ng ECC amendment. Yun. Maganda yan. And confirm that an environmental budget is allocated and documented. Guro, nasa accounting office yung mga totoong papel niya. Maganda meron ka ding documentation. And sa pagiging PCO, minsan kasi nag-iisa ka, marami yung kailangan mong tulungan. Para yung environmental compliance become a culture. Hindi yung ikaw lang yung bida o ikaw lang yung environmentally conscious o ikaw lang yung nakakaalam niya. Maganda, we have an effective environmental program. Maganda yan. Pero mas maganda if an effective environmental program is understood by the employees, by the people, not just written in documents. Also naman na ilagay mo yan sa mga environmental bulletin. This is our environmental programs, projects, and activities. Naiintindihan ba yung program na yon? If we will have an interview sa mga empleyado, tugma ba yung sasabihin ng PCO? We interview the PCO to assess ability to clearly explain environmental programs, mga pagbisita natin sa mga ibang industry, sabi ko, paano mo yan na explain yung program na yan, sinasabi mong water conservation program, paano mo ginagawa yan para maintindihan nila? O, itong energy conservation program mo, paano to naiintindihan nila para sabayan ka dyan, tulungan ka dyan, suportahan ka dyan. Kasi kung ikaw lang nakakaalam ng program na yon, hindi naman nila maintindihan na ginagawa mo pala ang program na yan or di nila alam kung paano ang support nila. We need to speak also sa ating mga employees na ito yung program mo, ito yung activities natin, ito yung project natin. Lalong-lalo yung mga basic environmental procedures, kailangan din na ipapaalam natin yan sa mga empleyado. So ganito, kung ang inspection na ito, gusto nating malaman yung effective ba yung environmental programs, project and activities, subukan mong interview ng mga empleyado, ang mga staff, kung alam nila. Aware ba sila nung environmental procedures or emergency protocol? Halimbawa, nagkaroon ng chemical spill. O ano yung contingency and emergency plan? Alam ba nila yon? How they will respond? Who will respond? Kaya maganda yon na merong IEC plan, Information, Education, Communication Plan ng isang PCO. So during inspection ng EMB, maaring i-touch nila yan Pero although hindi naman masyadong tinitingnan yan dahil ano yan internal na. Pero pwede pong i-check yan ng EMB like may ECC ang isang project na ito. Meron ba tong environmental management plan? Check. Meron ba tong environmental monitoring plan? Check. Meron ba tong IEC plan? O asa na yung plan? O let's say merong IEC plan, nagagawa ba yung mga information, education, communication activity doon like mga orientation, posting ng mga signages, posting or pagpapareceive ng mga kopya ng updated na or latest na policy ng DNR, pinapareceive sa purchasing department, sa general services office, ganon. Sa IEC plan but more on seminar, training, orientation. So pagka ganyan, pag ready at pag alam na ng staff, empleyado yung mga bagay-bagay, environmental programs, projects and activities, walang problema yan sa inspection ng DNR. So sa panghuli, we assess how the facility handles the continuous improvement. We check if there is a system for addressing findings. Ito ay sa side na lang to ng PCO eh. If corrective actions are tracked and whether improvement measures are documented. Sa EMB, wala naman, di na masyado titingnan yung continuous improvement. Kasi meron ng data sila kung compliant na ang company kumpleto, valid lahat ng permits, lahat ng condition ng permit o ng ECC ay compliant naman. Ibig sabihin nun, ay sigurado na ang mga continuous improvement nun. So internal na lang tong continuous improvement. A truly compliant facility does not only respond to inspections, it actively improves its environmental performance. Parang hindi na lang dahil magkakaroon ng inspection every month, kundi dahil gustong madagdagan o ma-improve yung environmental performance level. So overall, the inspection checklist na nakikita natin na ibigay ko, na discuss ko, is not intended to find fault but to ensure that the facility remains compliant. We ensure that the facility remain responsible. Especially yung PCO have a sense of environmental responsibility. Duty na yan to ensure compliance to all the requirements of environmental laws. During the inspection, we ensure that the facility is committed to environmental protection. Napakalaga yan sa impression ng inspector na kaya kaya yung inspection nila wala silang adverse finding kasi committed to environmental protection. Kumpleto ang mga permits, may mga environmental programs, projects, and activities. And that's the indicator na committed to environmental protection. At dito sa compliance inspection, remember na it's not a one-time activity, but a continuous process involving systems, people, and leadership. So kung pumasa ka na sa inspection ngayon, tiyakin mo na during or the next inspection, papasa ka pa ulit. Sabi nga nung boss ko dati, hindi ka namin mini-measure sa kung anong galing at ginawa mo o nagawa mo dati, kundi yung ngayon. Yung magaling ka dati, napakita mo yung performance mo, dati yun. Ang hinahanap na lang naman natin ay yung ngayon ulit. Kung na-showcase mo na compliant ang facility dati, sana ganun din. At yung continuous improvement. Sabi nga, continual improvement pagdating sa environmental compliance. So that's it. I hope you have learned something sa compliance inspection. Lalong-lalo ano yung pwede nating checklist. Ano mga items. So to summarize yung ating general compliance, permits and legal documents, environmental monitoring and reports, yung compliance sa mga batas like RA 9003, RA 8749,